A live look at the White House, where Donald Trump's former personal lawyer, Todd Blanche, has just been sworn in as Attorney General. It follows a contentious nomination process that ended when the Senate voted early Saturday morning to confirm him. Journalist James Gooderson joins us live from Washington. James, Todd Blanche's road to being confirmed as Attorney General was a rocky one. Why is he such a contentious pick?
Yes, good afternoon. It is a pretty controversial pick. It's been a grueling process as well for Todd Blanche. He was a federal prosecutor in Manhattan, but then between President Trump's 2 terms in office at the White House, he represented him in a variety of legal cases, earned his trust, earned his respect, and earned a place in government because of that. He was the Deputy Attorney General. He's been acting up as the Attorney General since President Trump fired his predecessor, Pam Bondi. So there's been a lot of concern because the Justice Department is part of the executive here in Washington, D.C., but for much of history has been seen as apolitical. President Trump, on his part, wants to push a number of prosecutions, and there's a lot of concern up on Capitol Hill from Democrats and indeed some Republicans that Mr. Blanche could end up effectively being a yes man for President Trump. And that's why we had such a close race when it came to the confirmation of the Senate. In the end, he was confirmed 50-49, but there were a number of Republican holdouts right until the end that required Todd Blanche to go personally to them to assure them that he wasn't just going to sit there and say, yes, Mr. President, to everything that happened. And I think those Republicans who eventually did vote to confirm Mr. Blanche effectively made the call, well, he's given me his assurances that won't happen, number one. Number two is there's a big difference between being an acting Attorney General and then also being confirmed by the Senate. Perhaps he'll feel like he has more of a responsibility and also a backing to be able to sort of disagree with the president or say no to the president. And indeed, finally, there is a calculation as well, I think, amongst these senators that sometimes having an Attorney General that has the president's ear and also the president's respect and trust can go a long way when it comes to it. But certainly a very difficult tightrope for the new Attorney General to take on.
So, James, what is on Blanche's agenda now that he is confirmed?
There's a huge amount on the in tray for an Attorney General for a variety of different reasons. Firstly, it's a very, very busy brief on a normal presidency. This isn't a normal presidency. A lot has changed in the Justice Department over the past few years. A lot of people have left. A lot of people have been sacked. Morale's at an all-time low, so it's up to Mr. Blanche to try and rebuild that. Furthermore, President Trump has made it a key part of his role to crack down on various crimes. There's been a huge push against fraud headed up by the Vice President J.D. Vance, a huge push when it comes to illegal immigration as well, and a number of different things. So he'll be busy on that front, but also he'll be busy because the president will want to be putting forward a lot of different claims and pushes and legislation and litigation when it comes to things like the 2020 election and whether or not it was a hoax, whether it was stolen from President Trump, as has been discussed in the past. So look, there's a lot of things on his agenda, and the key one at the moment is striking that fine balance from his point of view of supporting the president's agenda when it comes to justice, but then also not being a yes man after the reassurances he gave up on Capitol Hill.
Journalist James Gooderson in Washington, thank you.